Hey y'all, Dr. Campbell here. I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over some of the ins and outs of the HSEP 101 course that you have coming up. I like to put a video out about a week before the class starts, just so no one's scrambling at the last minute and feels stressed out. And then you kind of know what you're getting into, and also there is an opportunity to work ahead on things. But I will give you my concerns about you doing so in a second. So this is our Blackboard page, so it is the HSEP 101 class, the winter intersession class, that starts on the 27th and goes through the 9th. And as I'll show you here, basically all the information for the course is actually going to be housed somewhere else. So in a second, after I'm done with this video, I'm going to send out an email. I'm going to open up the course, and I'm going to send out an email saying the course is live and then directing you to the course website where we're going to go now. Okay. So here's the course website. We have daily announcements, syllabus, schedule day by day, and then contact info and communication policy, which we're going to go over. So the daily announcements I will, as the name implies, update daily. And so for now, we have the welcome message. We're going to be together for the next 13 days. And I'm going to let you read through this by yourself, but essentially it directs you to the day by day, which we're going to take a look at in a second here. But this is where I will populate daily announcements every day. This will be going over your work, telling you what's going on the next day, and then again going over the grading of the day prior's work. Then we have the syllabus. We have the course description, the requirements here. The book that you will be needing for this, hopefully you've already gotten it, or you're going to get the online version. The commission report, 9/11 commission report, the full text can be found here for free. I have this information in the day by day. It's just letting you know that we do look at a couple documentaries and TED Talk. Then we have the grading. Essentially, you have daily assignments. Each of these daily assignments are worth 5 points. You have 10. You also have 5 FEMA exercises, which I encourage you to look at now to make sure, because you do have to make an account through FEMA. They have a student identification number that you will need as well. And even if you pass these, so for example, if you're taking, and I do make note of this in the day-to-day, but I just want to mention it here as well. So let's say that you go through the course material that you'll need for a specific FEMA exercise. So you'll need to go through the material, you'll need to take the quiz, and then you'll have to wait for FEMA to grade it and send it back to you. So it could take up to 5 business days. And so as you'll see, you don't have the first one due until, let me see, Friday, January 3rd. So I tell you day one, when you're going to look at this, the course schedule, that you need to get started on this now. So that is true. That is something that you should get started on right away, just in case FEMA doesn't get back to you as soon as, most likely they'll get back to you within a business day, but because of the holidays, I always run into, they say that they can take up to 5 business days, so just make sure that you're within that. And then I have individual. This is how so we had the grading. Let's go back to that really quick. So you have 10 daily assignments at 5 points each. We have the 5 FEMA assignments at 4 points each. These are 0 or 4 points. That's all you get. There's no partial credit here. The quizzes, there's some. Those are pretty easy if you look over the study guides that I provided, and also you can it's open book, open notes, so those should be pretty easy. Now I will say that as long as you're doing the reading and looking over the study guides I provide, historically, students do really well on those. So, but I will say these daily assignments, so I grade those rather strictly, and so let me just show you what I mean here. So again, I'll let you read through this. So basically they're graded on this scale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can, your submission can be very good, but you can still only get a 4 out of 5. It could be good and you could get a 3 out of 5. So let me give you my rationale for this. This is the only way I can really assess. We're not in class together, but so these daily assignments, these assignments where I ask you to do a certain thing, and then there's lots of different things. There's 10 different things, in fact, other than the first 2 assignments where you need to do this KWL chart. But this is the only way that I have to assess you and how much time and effort you're putting into this. So if I don't feel like you're putting a lot of effort, but your work is okay, you're going to get a 3. Now those things, again, add up, because essentially 3 out of 5 isn't a super grade. It's a 6 out of 10 or 60 out of 10, but you may very well feel like you did a really good job and only get a 3 out of 5. This is because this is where you really need to shine in this course. So if you think, so follow my instructions and then go one step further. You really need to put in effort here. If you put in effort, you're going to do well in this course. If you give me work that it looks like you just waited till the last minute and you spend an hour on this class per day, you're not going to do well. You may do well on the other assignments because it's, pass fail for the theme exercises and the quizzes aren't difficult. But this is where I really need to see that you're putting in the work. And I will go over my expectations every day. So and there's also some leniency that I give you on the first one. So I will give you feedback on the first daily assignment, most likely before you get started on the next one. And this is where I say it's trying to knock all these assignments off before class starts is going to be problematic because you don't understand the expectation. So that is my only concern with you working ahead. Now, I am more than happy to take a look at work. So if you want to get started a little earlier and you want to say, hey, Dr. Campbell, will you take a look at this? Is this what you were looking for, or do you want more? Like, that's totally fine. I'm happy to do that. Now, given we only have 1 day per assignment, it might be harder for me to look at these things, but if you want me to look at anything before the class starts, I'm happy to do so. But again, I will explain everything, so you'll more than likely, I am out of the country right now, so I am 1 hour ahead of you, I believe, so not that much. But I should have these graded and to you before you start working on the next one if you're getting up at a decent time, let's say 10 or 11. Okay, so there's that. Just again, to reiterate that I'm not an easy A when it comes to these daily assignments. You really have to put in the work and cover the content. Okay, the schedule. So here I'd put everything that is, so day 1, you're going to thoroughly review this class website, click through all the links, and then through Blackboard where you will have the grades and you will have to turn in the FEMA assignments on Blackboard. I tell you what to read, I tell you what to watch, I tell you to get started on the FEMA exercises, and then what needs to be submitted. So this is really laid out well for you. Yes, you can go on and do the daily assignments now. The quizzes will only open on the day in which they are due. And you have until 11:59 to do and submit all your work. I will not take late work. And again, every day, this is very explanatory. And then I give you the option to download a PDF just of this if you want to print it out. I like to print things out. Okay, that said, let's go to the day by day. So then I give you specific instructions of what you should be doing each day. So then we have day 1, what you should be doing. I give lots of explanation and then also start on FEMA exercises. Lots of information about that. For this first daily assignment, I have you watch a documentary on 9/11. And for the second assignment, I have you watch a documentary on Hurricane Katrina. Now, 9/11 and Hurricane Katrina were huge events in general, but more specifically, they basically laid the groundwork for an entirely new field of homeland security for 9/11 and emergency management for Hurricane Katrina. So these fields kind of, new choice of words. These fields really were developed after these 2 incidences, and that's why they're so important. So any 101 class needs to first discuss 9/11 and then Hurricane Katrina. So what is it that I want you to do here? So I want you to do a knowledge, wonder, learn table. You can learn more about that here, but I want to look directly at the assignment. So you probably want to do this in a Word document before you submit. And I will let you read over this, but I just kind of want to give this to you in layman's terms. So, and I do, again, discuss this above, but what I want you to do for this documentary and for the one that you have on due day 2 is prior to watching the documentary, you should tell me, and this should take 10 minutes, like the stream of consciousness, give that a chance. What do you know about 9/11 right now? You may have lived through it. You may be too young to really remember it. Your parents may have talked about it. I remember where I was sitting. I'm obviously a different age group than probably most of you, but tell me what you know right now and really, really think about it. You can bullet point, you can do paragraphs, but again, I want thoughtful answers. If you give me a few sentences, you're not going to do well. You really need to expand on this. Again, this is what I'm talking about. I only say there's only 3 prompts here, but I want you to expand a couple paragraphs on each one. I don't want you to go out looking for information on this. So, let's say that Dr. Campbell, I don't know, how am I supposed to give 2 paragraphs when I don't know about this? Okay, well, tell me what you know, what you remember, what you've heard. Again, anything that you think you know. But if you think you're out of things, then just tell me that. So in that case, maybe your what I know won't be that big, but you're going to really think about what you want to know, and then what you've learned. But let me go back. So before watching the documentaries, you fill out this part. Again, take a good 10 to 30 minutes, like thinking about it. Yes, I get it. 30 minutes seems like a long time. How about take 5 to 10 minutes, then step away, and then if something comes up, go back to it. Then what I want to know. So think about everything that you should want to know and humor me. This is a class HSEP 101, so I'm hoping that you want to learn a little bit about this. So really try to go for it here. Then you watch the documentary. And again, I have these instructions up top. But then you watch the documentary and you tell me what you learned. Be specific, be general, give me lots of information. Again, remember, this is daily assignment number 1, and I'm going to grade these pretty hard, in that this is the only way I can assess your learning and effort in this course. No one likes grades, I get it. But here, we're going to have to be concerned with them for a bit. And so I tell you everything that I went over here as a reminder, and then this will be the same assignment for number 2, except I give you a different documentary. Okay, so again, I go over this in a couple places. There's the documentary. And then just to show you how day 2 is set up, same deal here, and then I tell you where you can go for it. Trouble the water, and then, again, I really spell everything out for you. So we have the day by day, I went over that. Now, here's the problem with the contact. I believe I give you my phone number, which I'm out of the country now, and I do not have access to that. But in any case, if there is an absolute emergency, you can WhatsApp me. So, I'll just spell that right here. So this is an app that I use out of the country. You do put my number in. You can get a hold of me that way, and I can get to your question. But yeah, I do check email twice a day. I will respond twice a day. In most cases, I respond sooner. Okay, so that is it for me. Thanks for sticking around, and let me know if you have any questions. Okie doke. Bye-bye.